setup.
I know. I tried really hard on this one.
Looks
so this
good.
so this side is like where I actually work, and I got a laptop, and I moved to the basement. On this other side is like it's like a basement shelving rack full of like paints and bunch of
Oh,
stuff that's like super annoying to look at. And then
gotcha.
so I'm like moving. I'm like, this is the way to go. So if you looked the opposite way, it looks fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, just like a bunch of junk kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe I'll text you a photo of the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, for sure. How big's your office there?
It's like a storage closet. Like my office was upstairs, but since COVID, my wife's been working at home.
Oh,
A much more comfortable office up there. And I was like, I'm usually on the road, like I'm usually out somewhere at the brewery or something. So I have
yeah,
my laptop. So I'm not down here that often. So I'm like, okay, I'll move to the basement. You can have the nice office space.
yeah. There you go.
Did the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll send you the photo.
Sweet.
Yeah, it sucks on the other side. Yeah. I just set this up now and I got these wicked cool lights. I heard it helps with eyeballs, like when you're looking at a bright monitor.
Yeah.
So it's like less distracting. You throw like an LED light or something behind it that's a soft glow, and it keeps your eyes from like getting all fucked up.
So it's like a legit reason for it.
Yeah, it also
Huh.
looks dope as hell.
Yeah,
But
it
no
looks
one,
pretty. It looks
yeah,
sweet. I
you
like it.
can like, let's see if this thing's gonna work for me.
Oh yeah, damn! Look at that, eh?
There you go. There you go. Colors.
That's cool.
I was digging the purple.
Yeah, purple's pretty sweet.
Digging the purple. Let's do that. Wait,
Nice.
no, purple.
Yeah, purple's dope.
All right, I'm done with that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You got a lot stored on the other side there.
Yeah, it's all junk. This is a storage room essentially.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's got one window right here, so I don't feel that disconnected.
Well, that's good. Yeah, if you didn't have a window, you'd feel totally closed off.
Right on. So how you been? Thanks for having me on this thing.
Oh man, thanks for doing it, man. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you in a bit, man.
Well,
No, I've been good. Can't wait for some normalcy coming back.
Yeah, I've said it before and I was wrong, but I'll say it again. I guess it's starting to look up.
Yeah. Who knows what'll happen, but yeah.
Exactly. Like if it starts looking up and then we lock down again, like I'm just gonna laugh about it. Like there's
I mean, what else can you do, right?
yeah. Everyone's I've gone crazy or something. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, although you know what, like it's like cases are going down, things are looking good, but
Yeah.
in the back of everyone's head, I think it's like, you know what, another lockdown could happen. Things could go the other way.
To get my second vaccine, so at least I could be like, I'm good.
I'm done.
Yeah, I did all I could do.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, no, it's gonna. I mean, it's not gonna stay like this forever, but it feels like it's been way too long.
Oh yeah, it feels like it for sure.
Oh god, yeah, it feels like 5 years, man.
Yeah, and it sucks. I mean, I don't mind talking about it, but it sucks that that's all you talk about.
I know, right?
Like everyone, it's always in front of everyone's mind, and it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, and it's so funny, man. Like doing these, just any normal conversation, like it's always like instead of like, hey, how's it going? Like it's more so, hey, how you been in COVID? It's it's like it's a different question to ask now.
Talk about that. Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, no, we're doing good. We're doing good. But yeah, like I mean, like with patios open and that now, you guys must be a little busier now, right? At Sea Change.
Yeah, patios have been sweet. I mean, we don't even like. It feels like we haven't been open for forever, but it's we've shut down for 3 weeks and then now we're back. And I think fingers crossed that we might be opening inside dining this week. I think
it's the 10th, right?
Yeah. I haven't heard any final word on that. They just said that's what they were going to do. And
I'm hoping, from what I read there, the cases are where they need to be. So It sounds like June 10th, everything they said is going to happen.
Yeah, rock and roll.
Sweet. But I think it's like, just a certain capacity, right? That's about it.
Yeah, there's still distancing rules, though you don't have to be with a cohort anymore. You can me and you can go have a beer together as long as there's only 6 people per table.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Although, did that ever fucking work? Like, it's like I know so many people that would be like, I'm just gonna go with a friend and we're just gonna stay from the same house.
Yeah. And like, what are you gonna do? Like, I know people at Sea Change. It's like, we're not gonna harass you about it.
No.
Because it's also like, if you were single, you get to go hang out with your single friend too.
Yeah, if you live by yourself, yeah.
How do you prove you don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever? You're like,
yeah, I don't. Yeah, and I never understood how they were gonna buckle down on that.
Yeah, they can't. And they there was word once where they were gonna make it the responsibility of the restaurant or bar to
yeah.
Like, we're not checking IDs for that. And like,
exactly, man.
Like, who knows? Got crazy circumstances. I let them choose to be out, and as long as they're wearing their mask and following their rules, like, I don't know. It sucks. Like, I wish we could just, do the right thing and get it over with, but it's like that's a hard ask to get everyone to participate and then having us be the one to police it.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, you can't make you guys do that. That's intense.
Yeah. And luckily that didn't happen, and everyone's getting vaccinated, so I'm hoping that, end of the month, if things go good, we can get back to a version of normalcy. But we went ahead and canceled our barley party festival, which bums me out. But we were thinking about postponing it, but we're like, we've already postponed it once. Like, let's not do it again. We got so many bands coming in from like the States or like across Canada. It's like, if something happens to a band member or like a state or whatever, like, we're gonna lose people. Like, it's gonna be a bummer. So we're gonna wait and do it again next year, but like rebuild it from scratch and like get everyone their refund. They've been waiting 2 years for this, and then
man.
So
I remember when you first announced that, I was so stoked for that.
But what was cool was when we first Mad Caddies were gonna headline like their 25th year anniversary or something crazy like that. And then when we were like, oh, we got to postpone it for next year, Good Riddance was like, can we join in? And yeah. Nice. So they were the headliner for this year, but now we're like, oh shit, sorry guys, not happening. But everyone was super cool about it. Like, no, there was zero bands that were pissed off. Everyone understood.
Everyone understands. Yeah.
I think everyone was like,
I think, you know what, they understand, but at the same time, they were probably like, just like, oh, come on, we want to play a show.
Yeah. And like, I mean, the news about reopening in, end of June or early July or whatever they want to say, it's like, fuck, maybe we could have kept it going, but like, we still want to risk it. We've like, it's like the Oilers, right? Like, every year we're just like, come on, and then you get hurt every time, and we don't want to be like that.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
Yeah, and this is our first festival, and it's never happened yet. It's been
it's like a 2-year wait for it.
So we'll see. When it does happen, it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome. And then hopefully by that time it's like you can just have one hell of a party.
Exactly. Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, like, it's funny, like, I don't know, during COVID here, I kind of stopped drinking. I don't really drink that much anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's like it'll be the odd occasion here and there, but it's just like, I remember going to brew house, just like packed, having beers with friends. Like, oh, good memories, man. Just look forward to like doing something like that again.
It'll be like riding a bike. You'll get back. But you know what? I've drank a lot less too. Like, being in it, being in the whole beer world right now, and like we're busy trying to figure things out and like making things up as we go. It's just like there's no time to drink. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true.
You're hungover the next day. You're gonna have a rough day, and like,
I'm
not ready for that. So I've been drinking a lot less than I thought I would during a pandemic too.
Yeah, because you'd figure you'd do the opposite, right? Drink more.
You do the opposite, especially when it's all free for you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
No. Once it's free, it's like not as exciting anymore.
I guess so, eh? Yeah, once you just can drink it whenever you want, it's kind of loses its appeal a bit.
Yeah, I am looking forward to having a beer with there's a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. I almost feel like the last time we hung out was like right before things got bad.
Yeah, I think it was
at Sea Change.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and that was probably around February, wasn't it?
I think it was. Yeah, it was right before. Yeah,
and then March we were done, and then that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah, March hit and shit hit the fan, man.
Yeah, and here we are, June.
Yeah, that's what it is. But man, you gotta let me know how that whole Sonic collaboration went, because that is awesome. that you guys did that.
That was wicked. They sort of approached us to do this, to do a beer, and we're like, yeah, that'd be cool. And
They
then,
approached you guys.
yeah, they asked if we wanted to do something with them. And we're like, we were not even thinking about it. And because it's hard to be like, of course that's a thing. But yeah, we knew there were some people in there that just loved our stuff. And they were like, is this a thing we can do? And we're like, yeah, let's figure it out. So we've been working on it with them, like all through, like it's been a few months, like in the making of just figuring out the logistics of it, how we're going to do it, what makes sense. And we had a bunch of other things tied to it. Like this might be like, it's not a one-off. I don't think it's going to be a one-off. We might continually produce this beer for the rest of the year, if not forever, if we can keep it going.
Sweet, man.
But yeah, it's super exciting. It's really cool. And the band of the month connection wasn't even part on their radar, really. They weren't thinking about that.
That's crazy.
That we were doing like music stuff, and we're so tied in with that it was an easy connection as far as like demographic. The people who drink our beer are probably people who are stoked on Sonic stuff, like the bands they play. So we're like, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. And then we're like, yeah, it's weird that everyone, like the three of us from Sea Change that are at the meetings, we're all band of the month.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
10, 11 years ago, which is a crazy long time ago.
God, that's nuts.
Yeah. So I mean, it was super organic. It was like, you guys want to do this? We're like, sure, let's do it. And then
nice.
The lockdown happened. So we were like, I don't know when we're gonna put this out. What makes sense? But we it worked out. So there's a couple of delays in the distribution of the beer, but I mean, everyone sort of expected that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I think the plan is by, I don't know when this is coming out, but by June 21st, it should be available in like a bunch of places like Liquor Depot, like the big shops too.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna be here in Sherwood Park?
It will be. Yeah.
Okay, because I haven't tried it yet. I definitely want to try it.
Oh, I should have got you one before we did this.
Damn it, yeah.
I'll bring you one. one. You could go, like, so if you're in Sherwood Park, like Little Guy Liquor?
Yeah, that's where anytime I've gotten, because like, I used to drive over to Sea Change, and then once you guys got stuff going there, that's where I decided to go.
Yeah. You should go there. They have all of our stuff, and they're always on top of it. So they probably have a ton of it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, sweet. I'll check it out.
Yeah, you should go check it out. I mean,
because it's a lager, right?
Yeah. We wanted to do. I mean, we have Death Wave, which is already like a sweet, awesome lager.
Yeah, and Death Wave is really good. That's one of my favorites. That and Prairie Fairy are my top two.
Yeah, they're super easy drinking, and we're like, we got to do something for Sonic, but like, our whole idea is to make like, what's the beer we would have drank
back then
when we're playing shows, right? Like, we're not gonna like play a show and we're in the green room crushing like IPAs. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah,
sure. Like, let's do something that feels right. So we made it. This one is like it's a rice-based lager.
Oh.
So it's like roasted rice in it. So it's like, it's a lager, but if you taste it, I mean, I'm talking to you about tasting beer you're not tasting right now. So this is, but if you taste it, it's got more of like a roasted rice flavor to it.
Interesting.
And Death Wave is corn-based. So if you drink them side by side, like they're both easy drinking lagers. Like, you're not going to drink it and be like, fuck, this tastes like rice.
Yeah.
If you taste them side by side, you'll notice the differences in like the flavor. Really looking for it,
Interesting. Rice based. Has there been like, are there any other beers that you're aware of that have done the same thing?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of rice based beers. So
really, okay.
There's like a lot of Japanese beers are rice based, like if you're thinking Sapporo and stuff like that.
Okay.
And it's like, it's almost, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, but I think it's like, I feel like it's a cheaper ingredient. It's like a simple
it's like a simple, easy to get thing.
And then the whole point of a lager is to like get it to a point where it's like super clear and super like not tasteless, but easy to drink, super smooth, easy to drink.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're like. That's the beer you would have drank if you were playing shows.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Hydrate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing, right? You play a show, you want something easy. Yeah. Like you said, you're not pounding IPAs or like stouts or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be screwed on stage if that's what you're drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we went to super easy drinking beer, and it reminds us of that time that we were doing shows and living a different life back then, for sure.
Yeah, man. I did try, which one was it? The Golden Knuckle?
Golden Knuckle, yeah.
Golden Knuckle. I tried that one. That was good.
Yeah, that one's West Coast IPA. So that is an IPA, but it's also pretty easy drinking compared to a lot of
Yeah.
IPA.
No, that
Yeah.
one was really good. Because which one of yours it has like the highest alcohol content?
We've done a couple.
Would it be the stout?
The stout would be the highest on our main lineup, but we're coming out with something new. That's going to be a double IPA. That's going to be 8 point something.
Oh, kind of like the Astro Chimp one that you had before.
Yeah, it'd be like that, kind of like that.
Nice.
And it's
See, that was fucking dangerous, dude. Because it was so good and easy to drink.
Yeah. I don't want to knock that one because it was a really good beer, but that was
Mm.
like a one-off one. But this new double IPA is going to be just as deadly, and I've tasted it, and it's going to be way better than Astro Chimp.
Oh
Like
damn.
it's going to be scarier than Astro Chimp.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm always excited to see which ones you guys put out because yeah, every single one's always been good. The only one that I was iffy about because I'm not really a stout guy,
Mhm.
right? Those ones I find hard to drink.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if anything, like I might try just to try it because it's you guys.
You have to like you have to like stouts and
Yeah.
stuff to like a stout. That's totally understandable.
Yeah, or like the Orange Crush, that was delicious.
Yeah. Mandarin Crush. We
Yeah,
call it the
Mandarin
Man
Crush.
Crush.
That was good.
I don't want to spoil it, but if anyone's watching, then like you'll be stoked that we're working on bringing it back.
Yes.
So I can't make any promises on when and
Okay.
if it'll happen, but that's the plan.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Sweet. I'm always excited to see what artwork you do for your next ones too.
Yeah, me too. I have no idea. Like we don't plan things.
Yeah. So like how's that work when you come up with the artwork for it? Like is that the last thing to happen?
Um,
Or do you kind of work on it ahead of time a bit?
it kind of happens all at once. Like I always bring everything back to being a musician and like songwriting. It's like it'd be awesome if we're like we write a song and like we write the lyrics first or we write the music first.
It's never that way. Yeah.
Then we call it this because it's like no. Sometimes you have a title of a song and like a riff, and then then the rest follows. So it always changes. We have like a running list of just like beer names. Like we don't even know what they're for.
Oh,
it's
that's
like,
hilarious. You just have like this big
name.
list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes we're like, okay, this is the beer. So this is the recipe that Taylor's doing right now.
Yeah.
I had this idea to draw this thing. And like they don't always have to connect. Like the Faro beer, the stout is a good example. Like it's like it was a cronut pastry stout with Faro and us, and I drew a bat on it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. I knew that one that I wanted to put on a dark can.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, a bat would be cool in a dark can, and it'd be sweet if. And then we called it Turbo Stout.
Yeah.
Like, Turbo, like I gotta do like a bright green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like you build on it, but like we don't plan it. It's not like we have a strategy. Sort of happens the way it happens, and then we threw like a cronut in there with him. But it's pretty much like whatever we feel is cool. We don't want to overthink it, though. It has to have an awesome name. That's like naming a song. It's always
100%. Yeah.
And, like, and then you find ways to make it make sense and work together. But there's no strategy. The artwork is always a fun thing. We're really terrible at this right now, but it's like last minute. Sometimes it's like, oh, the beer is being made right now, but then we forget that like it takes like 2 weeks to print the labels.
Oh shit.
Or the cans in, so it's like, and then the beer takes 3-4 weeks to make, but by the time the beer gets made, we're already late on the artwork. It's like next week. So like one day we'll have a plan, but right now it's like
just winging it.
Who knows?
That's awesome, man. Yeah. No, and like do you like when you do the artwork for it, is it kind of just you going off your own thing right off the bat, or do you guys all kind of throw in some ideas first?
Yeah, so there's a couple guys, couple of the main guys, so Ian and Jay, and we sort of do a lot of the brainstorming and sort of figuring things out. Ultimately, I'll do the artwork, like I finalize artwork and the concept and stuff, but like we all take a look at it. It's like a good compass between the three of us. It's like one of those things where like if I'm here and someone's here, like someone's always in the middle. So with like a uneven playing field, we're never like half and half.
Yeah.
So we can vet ideas, and when it comes down to it, we don't butt heads very often. We have different opinions on things, but it's like, it's good. It's a good thing for us to go through. And we always end up with something fun or cool. And like the awesome thing is like our beers are so, most of it is pretty low run. Like other than like the staples like Prairie Fairy and the Wolf and stuff like that, which are just like super heavy sales. But when it comes to like doing a fun like one-off, literally I could put like garbage. I could scribble on a can and then people will be stoked for it. I actually had a funny idea to make a really terrible looking label because I think that'd be
just
fun.
See how it goes.
Yeah, and people would want it just because it's so not what we normally do, that I think it actually worked really well. But they usually sell out before we, and we don't usually do one-offs again. I mean, other than maybe Mandarin Crush, we might do it again, but a lot of it, it's like those special beers we just do one time. So we just do something that we think is cool. And if it works and people want it, then maybe we'll bring it back as a core beer and make any adjustments we need to make. But for now, it's like, let's do something fun and cool that we like with a beer style that we think is cool, put it out and let the people let us know if it stays or not.
Yeah, and that's a good way to go about it, is to see how the traction you get off of it, right? Yeah, and then
low risk for us to give it a shot, so
because if it doesn't work out, it's not that good, then one shot, right?
So far it's been home run every time,
man. Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything less from you guys, man. Seriously.
We've been lucky.
So not to throw anyone under the bus, but like in like when you're coming up with the artwork, like obviously it's like, okay, how's this? And then maybe someone wants to do little changes. Who's the pickiest when it comes to stuff like that?
Yeah, it's hard to say. All three of us are picky in different ways. Like I'm pretty picky on my own artwork sometimes, where I'm like,
yeah, of course.
I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And someone might like it, like, and I'm like, I don't feel good about that. Let me try it again. But we always do this. We always do, all ideas are good ideas unless someone can prove you wrong. And if someone proves you wrong, you got to prove them why, you know what I mean? Why you're right. So there's I don't think there's any like tough people like in the core group of ours. There's no tough people. We're just like, it's always like it's a second third opinion kind of thing. Yeah. And we all trust, and we know each other well. Like for people who don't know, it's like Ian, Jay, me, we've been in bands, we've done music, we've known each other to different degrees over the years. So there's no ego, there's no,
which is awesome,
stuff like that. So I throw people under the bus, but like everyone's chill as hell. So it's been pretty good. Sometimes we disagree, but to us, when we disagree, it just means we didn't do our best yet. So we got to get to a point where we feel good. And I think that's why we've been so successful, is we've been like, we scrutinize our work, and it's never screwed us over, but things always get done when we need it to get done. And it's been solid so far. So it's hard to throw anyone under the bus when everything has been solid,
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, and that's the other thing I like that's cool, is just all you guys, it's basically like a musician brewery is how I put it, just because like everyone was in bands back in the day. Yeah, here we are. And like that's why I think I like the vibe of that place too. It's just
we didn't even plan the look of the place. It just, everything was natural. It's like
show posters.
Cool. Yeah, because that's what we do, merchandise, what I mean? Everything we do is just like things we know and things we like, and it was super easy to do it because we didn't have to second guess ourselves. And it's a cool thing. No one can not like it because it's genuine, you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Yeah, not too hard for it, so it's worked out well.
That's sweet, man. No, good on you guys for everything that you're doing. And obviously you're gonna do more, and it's gonna be exciting to see what you do.
We're just getting started.
Yeah, man. Because like what's it been, just over 2 years now?
It'll be 3 years in August.
Nice.
That we've been open. We've been working on it for like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
But 3 years in August.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's I don't know. I feel like, especially with the scene here in Edmonton, like musically, I feel like all musicians are so supportive of each other. Like when I remember when I first seen, because I remember I didn't talk to you in like such a long time, and I seen that you were doing like the Sea Change, you were getting the tap room made and everything, and I think it was just you were starting to get your beer out to different restaurants and that. I was like, oh fuck, I gotta try this. And sure enough, because where were we? We were on White Ave somewhere, and it was just the blonde that you guys had going on right now.
Yeah.
And then I remember I'm like, okay, I gotta try this. And sure enough, loved it. And I remember I took a picture and I sent it to you right away. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, the
Yeah.
community, the best part, like, and that's why when we're doing these, like, even like the Sonic one, it's like a buddy we know works with Sonic and likes, knows our bands and knows our beer and stuff like that. It's just, Edmonton's such a small world. It's like you need to, when you have a tight community, they support you, and it's, that's a huge part of our success, I think, too. I mean, we make good beer, we do good labels, but like without a community that will back you up, it's like it doesn't mean much, right?
Especially coming in, it's like there's a lot of breweries in Alberta, man.
Oh yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
They keep growing.
Yeah, and like that, I think that's I think that's like such an achievement too, is like how well you guys have done, with that, knowing that there's like so many different breweries that are also doing well too, right?
Yeah.
So, because I think, what was it? I think it was like last year or so, something like that. There was like a brewery or two that like had to close down. I can't remember what the issues were, but
yeah, it's a tough business. It's a tough business because the equipment is so expensive.
yeah, man.
Market share is hard to get because there's, in Alberta, we're competing against every craft brewery,
Yeah.
Like we allow every craft brewery in, which is awesome. As a consumer, you get anything.
So many.
It's not like that in other provinces,
Yeah.
But so it's a difficult business because you have to compete with every awesome craft brewery in Canada, the States, and essentially the world.
Yeah.
And then you gotta buy a shit ton of equipment for a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you gotta, and the business encompasses everything. It's manufacturing, it's marketing, it's so many things. It's like you can't do it as one person or two people or on a small budget. It's like go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way it is, and it's risky, but it's exciting. So
yeah, man. No, it definitely is. That's pretty sweet. And hold on just a second. See, you're repping. I'm gonna rep as well.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not. I'll wear the shirt. I didn't have the hat on.
I'll wear the hat.
I'm gonna crack a beer if you don't mind.
Oh, you go ahead, man.
Wait, we got a new one out. Like I'm gonna promo this like.
Oh shit! Is this one no one knows
right now?
Oh
yeah, this one's sweet. It was a buddy of a friend of mine. This is his kind of best friend, and it's kind of tragic. He died from ALS. He got diagnosed with ALS.
Oh, geez.
14 months, and that was it for him, which is a huge bummer. But
that is.
He was able to, when he was sort of slowly, 14 months after to his death. I don't even know how to explain it. It's so difficult to put into words. But he's donated a ton of money and like done awesome stuff for the ALS Foundation. So
that's awesome.
When they asked me if we wanted to do a beer with them, we're like, yeah, let's do it. And this is coming out on Thursday. So it might be out already, and we're donating some money from every 4-pack to it and doing a bunch of fundraising efforts under his name.
Nice
honor, and it's awesome because we got a bunch of musicians and artists and celebrities to promote this, like all over Canada and the States to do it, which is
that's really awesome, man.
So like coming up, you might hear about it. It's like a bunch of people you're getting like the inside scoop right now.
This is good, man.
Yeah. So like Nathan Fillion is gonna promo.
What?
So he's gonna help out because all these celebrities, like they understand what an expensive disease ALS is to deal with. It's not a cheap thing, and it's fatal. It's brutal.
It is, man.
So there's a ton of wicked good supporters that donate money to the ALS Foundation quite a bit. And it's like everyone wants to jump in. Like there's two undeniable things right now, and it's like that ALS sucks and good beer is awesome.
There you go.
So it's like it doesn't matter, what you think politically, everyone can agree with those two things. And
yeah, 100%.
They're willing to help out. And we have Rain Maida, like from Our Lady Peace.
Oh my God.
Awesome support of us. He's going to be promoting the beer and getting stoked on that. Yeah, it's like the support for it is wicked. So
okay. Here's
to all those guys.
Cheers. Okay. I'm saying this right now, man. Rain Maida. Okay. If there's anything going on where he comes, he's saying, I want you to let me know. I want to come here.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Like I've never missed an OLP show. I love those guys. They're amazing.
We did a secret show with them in the basement of
I know. I was so pissed off.
I knew I would have got you in there.
I know. It's like, fuck.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll try again because I think they're coming to Edmonton to do another show.
I read today it's like an outdoor festival
Yeah.
thing. It's like August 29th. Them, My Mother Earth, Danko Jones, Royal Tusk, and then the
Whale and the Wolf.
Whale and the Wolf, yeah.
Opening up, yeah. I mean, I don't think we can jam them in a basement with 100 people like we did the first
100%. Because wasn't that just Rain and Chantel?
No, that was
that was a different one.
That was the whole band doing acoustic.
Oh, I would have died.
And they're playing the hits, man. They're
damn it.
I don't know. I think they didn't do like a ton of songs. They maybe did like 5 or 6 songs or something like that. But
it
was like,
oh,
I don't even know if I'll be comfortable enough to be in a room like that anymore. It was like sweaty. Everyone was pressed up against each other. It was just insane down there. It was all Sea Change, beer down there. Wicked. It was such a good time. But
yeah, if anything like that ever happens again, you gotta let me know, man.
I'll let you know first.
Fucking missing out.
I can do that. That's why I'm all for the passport. If you want to squish in the basement full of sweaty people, just like get your shots and let's go.
Yeah, true enough, man. Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe you guys will have some kind of thing with All Time Low there in November, maybe. Right? It's at the Union. You're right there.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because that's one show I would love to go to. All Time Low, Nothing Nowhere, and then Meet Me at the Altar. Oh, so
it just makes me so happy to hear that bands are playing.
I know. That was like the first thing I seen. It's like Edmonton. I'm like, well, I'll probably go.
Yeah, have to go.
Yeah, God, man. And yeah, speaking of music, because how long's it been since you guys called her with Weekend Kids?
Well, we never officially quit. Like the band's not over, but it's most likely not happening. We just it kind of just fizzled. It's been we did we put out a full length album, like I want to say like 12 years ago, 13 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was,
wait, which one was it?
That was our first full length of Friends and Foes.
Oh, okay.
I think it must have been 11 years ago, 2010 or something.
Okay. Remember this one?
Oh yeah. That was way before. Way before.
Perfect Blue.
Yeah. So Weekend Kids, that was the first full length, and that was when we were like, let's make a go at like touring and doing the whole thing. And we put out that record, and we got a ton of awesome press and like excitement. And we did like some little mini tours, and that was like the height. It was getting sweet.
Oh yeah.
And then like, okay, now we've written that record, and it was like our first attempt at a full length record. So then we did our EP to follow up, just to be like, let's try writing some new songs and see what we can build up and get some hype. And we did the EP, and we had some like label hype and some show hype and stuff. And then we went and did a cross Canada tour with that EP. With the Old Wives, we went did like a 30 some day tour all across Canada. And that was wicked. And like the goal was to do that tour, come back and like write a bunch of songs, record some demos, and then get that record deal and get
yeah.
And then everyone got back, and I do not know what happened, but it basically that was it. Yeah, everyone got busy, everyone was doing things. Everyone's getting married and getting girls, the whole thing. And then we were writing here and there, but we just never put together this record. So like we never followed up with the record. Like all these there was no deal, but like sending it out to reps or pursuing that, and it just like year after year after year after year. And then finally 3 years ago we were like, fuck, let's just do it now that we actually have money to actually record, because now that we're able to do all this stuff, we don't. So we're like, let's do it. So we got back together. We actually finished writing this record that we were working on for like 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put it out, I want to say 2019 we put it out.
That sounds about right.
And we just did it ourselves, knowing that like it might be the end. I mean, the album's called End of an Era, so
that's perfect. That's a great title.
What it is.
Yeah.
But we put it out just to kind of get it off our chest and get these songs, down on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Played one show. And that was it. And then COVID hit, and then we haven't even jammed. We've seen each other, hung out all the time, but we're still family when it comes down to it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
We haven't practiced since then, and then we were gonna do the barley.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were gonna play that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Do you
that was
guys?
like, yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you still plan on playing it next year?
Yeah, if it happens, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll get back
Right.
together. And like, you know what? Like our new record, like I'm super proud of that new record, but like we're not delusional that anyone cares. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not making, so you know, when we play the show, we're probably just gonna pick the hits that we've had that people know and make a set list out of that and do our best of.
Yeah, there you go, man. That's a good way to
Whatever
look at it.
that
Yeah.
means. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
So
I enjoyed the last one there, and yeah, I know what you mean. Like that one was definitely like you could tell it's like that was just for you guys. That's for yourselves. You're like, let's just do this. Let's put it out
yeah,
there.
let's write the
Yeah,
songs we want to write. Let's not think too hard about it.
exactly.
Let's try things we haven't done before. And
Yeah, and I like the way you promoted each song, like on Instagram. There, it was like a
yeah, yeah.
pic and like a story behind each song. It was really cool.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is, like I think we got like before we used to write songs just to write songs that we, you know, this is like a song I'd like to listen to, so I'm going to write that song,
Yeah,
which is fine, but that's how we've been writing songs for a while. And like the vinyl we put out was actually like our first where we kind of got comfortable writing music that was specific or meant something to us in a bigger way than like we just love the music, right, and want to write a song. So I was like, yeah, it'd be nice to kind of highlight why we wrote these songs. And it was really our last effort to say things that we've never said in any other of our records. And then you know, not a ton of people are going to listen to it, so we need to tell people what it was all about.
Yep, true enough.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely a thing where it's like, let's get it off our chest and get it done. And then
Yeah, man.
it is great.
Yeah, that's true.
Like therapeutic in some ways.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially like that's the one thing. Like when because we're gonna be releasing new music here. We're just gonna do like single after single. We were thinking of just like releasing it as an EP, but we're just like with how people listen to music now, let's just do single
Yeah,
each time.
2021. You just need to put out the hits and the singles. That's all.
That's it, man. Like no one's like, yeah, like I remember hearing an interview was just like, you know, no one really listens to albums the way they do anymore. Like it's because there's so much more music out there now with like Spotify and all that stuff. Anyone can upload anything.
Totally.
So like, you know, if you think about it, I don't know, maybe it's just because like we grew up that way, but especially the young people, they're not gonna like necessarily like, oh, this is a good song, let's see the rest of the album. You know what I mean? They're just gonna want the next song. That's it.
We put out a vinyl record and it was probably the worst idea to do it.
That's cool though.
But you know what, for us it was like it was a bucket list. It's like we never printed vinyl before.
Yeah.
We wanted to do it. And like we got it on the clear vinyl. It was dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much was that to do it on vinyl?
Oh, it was price. It was the quantities. You know what I mean? Like if we were touring, it would have been technically cheaper because we would have done more.
Oh, okay.
Right, like cheaper per record, that is. But we didn't do a ton because we knew we were gonna play one show.
Yeah.
And like most people are gonna download it, to be honest, right? And like
exactly
stream it on Apple or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So we just did it for us.
Yeah,
man.
man.
It was all for us to remember a good time with, and that was it. So
yeah, and that was like the last album we did was 2014, and that was the funny thing too. When we released that, we did like one show too, and then that was it. We were
it's too difficult. And you know, like before it was like, oh, we love the idea of like, let's go on tour, let's go sit in a van and drive around, and that was our vacation, right?
Yeah, man.
Like hustling and playing music. But now it's like, if I'm taking 2 or 3 weeks off, I'm going to somewhere nice and having a couple drinks and laying low for a little while.
Pretty much, man.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the same thing like you guys, because it's like we were all in the midst of, you know, getting married, having kids. It was just like our last, I don't think we knew it, but it was just like our last kind of hurrah in a way.
Yeah. You know what? It's nice that it comes naturally instead of like a cold turkey. That'd be rough.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally, man.
This is like the bummer podcast where we talk about how bummed how things suck now. No, things are great. How things are different.
Things were better back in our day. Fucking no, because even like because we wrote actually it was before COVID. I think it was like in the midst of like when we came to Sea Change and stuff. But me and Dylan like wrote all the songs like just before COVID hit. And then we were just trying to figure out how to record. And then that was kind of a nightmare. We're like, where the fuck are we gonna do this?
Yeah, how are you gonna
like,
do this properly?
like we were just gonna end up doing it ourselves, but then I had a buddy who has like a basement like setup. So then we kind of just did it that way. So when we were able to, we did the recording and all that. But it was nice. Even now, like we wrote a bunch of other songs, but like during this time, it's like, yeah, like you said, very therapeutic, where you're just like letting out these emotions. Like music is so good for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that took us this long to figure out that that's what we should be doing.
Yeah,
we really fucked up, man.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fun, man. And then yeah, like, because yeah, no hard copies now. It's because that was the last album too. We bought. We're like, I don't know why the fuck we did that. Like I in my closet over here, there's so many CDs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I got it's in the garage. We got all of our old CDs, even the Perfect Blue ones. I got out.
Nice. I still have some like old merch and stuff too, man, like pins and everything.
You know what I want to do one day if we had space, is to do like a records library, like for free, because everyone,
that'd be cool.
There's so many bands I know that have, a basement or a box full of old stuff.
Of course, yeah.
Selling that stuff.
No.
Keep a couple, and then like it'd be fun if we did like a little shelf maybe at Sea Change where it's just like free CDs.
That'd be a great idea.
It's like local bands, and like you can just grab one and listen to something new.
You know what? That's funny. I think that would be really cool. That's a cool idea. Like very local, and like at the same time, it's kind of like, it sounds so stupid just because it's like CDs aren't that old, but it's like vintage, right? You know what I mean? Like that cool exactly. Kind of, yeah. That'd be sweet, man.
I'll do a call out for anyone with leftover merch or leftover CDs, and let's just
see what you get. Maybe you'll get some real gems.
Yeah, keep it for myself. There's a box like on the other side where all this shelving that you saw. There's a box, like a Staples box here, and it's full of records. And my wife and I, like, we were living together. Well, it's been a while now. It's been like 8 or 9 years, but like we moved in together, and we had boxes of CDs.
Oh yeah,
and it's the same box. And it hasn't been unpacked, and it's moved to every single house we've moved to, and we're in this house for 5 years now, almost 6 years in the house we bought here, and it's like still in the box, and It's still right there. I haven't touched it.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, and I can't let it go.
No, you can't, man. Yeah, it's funny the stuff you'll find when you go through like storage. Yeah, like I still have
every day.
I still have all. Because I remember when we first started playing shows, I kept every ticket, every flyer, every show poster.
Yeah.
Like I kept it all. I still have it all. And like, it was funny when I was going through, I was like, holy shit, we played a lot of shows together.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, it was always like perfect blue.
Yeah. I remember back then it was like play every show we can get.
Yeah, man.
We played some terrible shows in weird places that I would not even walk in today.
Hell yeah. Because I remember playing. Or wait, yeah, I think we played a show, unless I just went to go see you guys. But what the fuck was that one place called? It was like above a bottle depot.
Oh yeah. I know the place. I don't even know what it's called. Was it the studio? Did they call it the studio?
I wanted to say the studio too, but I feel like
arcade machines and a little thing. I think we almost at that show.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
I remember parking there. I was like, this place is so sketchy, man.
Yeah, it's super sketchy. It was like late. It's like still a sketchy. It was right by the LRT station. Like not even station. It's like an LRT crossing.
Yeah.
Depot upstairs. I don't even know why it was all ages. I don't even know why kids would be there at that hour. But I remember. I don't even remember who the promoter. But it was like someone was yelling at the bands. Like I don't know who it was. The owner, the promoter, or whatever, was yelling at the bands for not bringing enough people or whatever.
Oh Jesus!
And we got.
I remember it wasn't like a lot of people.
Yeah, and we got pissed off at that promoter because it's like, dude, fucking relax.
Yeah.
And like, whatever, we're here to play a show, and we got really angry at them, and then we were like ready to fight them. It's just neat, man. Everyone's kids trying to have a good time. Like, we're not here making anybody money. We're not making money.
Oh yeah, man. No, that's just
anything. And like, I don't know. Thinking about it now, it's like you're the promoter.
Yeah, no shit. You promote.
What did you do?
Yeah, I remember because I think it was like in between sets. Because I remember I went down I think it was me and Dylan. We went down to the vehicle to like eat something. And because we locked the doors because we're like, fuck this place. But like some homeless guy randomly came up to the door and he started trying to open my door. I was like, what the fuck? And then he ran away. I was like, Jesus.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it hasn't gotten much better there, but that was a weird show. I just remember that we got real angry there.
Do you remember? Because I'm pretty sure we both played this show. It was at Reds when it was Reds, and it was with the Holly Springs Disaster. Do you remember that one?
Maybe.
I think we played. I think we were on right after you guys. I know Holly Springs Disaster was there. I'm trying to remember who the fuck else played.
Yeah, I don't know. I bet
that was a good show. That was a dope one. I remember that one being fun.
That was a good venue. I've seen some good shows there.
Yeah, man.
I like that spot.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. And then
I saw Gaslight, Anthem, and the Menzingers. Yeah, that was a wicked show.
Nice.
It was a really good show there.
Yeah, man. No, it's a like perfect size venue for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was nice. And then numerous Starlight or Avenue shows.
Yeah, that was a good spot. All these spots are gone now.
I know, man. It sucks. Yeah. Avenue was like the best though.
Yeah, you know that. Remember, you know, in the bar, at Sea Change, that whole wall of posters up on the side of the bar there.
Yeah,
none of those places exist anymore.
Of course, yeah. God damn it.
How sad is that? That's just
like a bummer, man.
Yeah, that's just a wall looking at places that have all shut down.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because like I think I went to one show at Union. And like when it first started to like get like more musical acts and everything, and I just remember the sound being terrible there. Yeah, I'm hoping they fix that.
I think it's changed through a lot of people, and I think before it was never really a venue back.
No, it was just a fucking nightclub.
Yeah. But you know what? Now it's more of a venue, and I think they've met. Okay. I don't know, but I feel like hopefully they upped the.
I hope so.
Because when we rescheduled Barley Party, we were gonna move it to their parking lot as like a outdoor. You can drink outdoors and like it'd be free to hang out in a beer gardens, and then the show would be indoors. So if you bought a ticket, you can go inside and watch the band and do whatever you want all day, right?
Nice.
And if you just wanted to have a drink, then you could stay outside and it's free and it's just a beer gardens. And I think that's what we wanted to do, and we wanted to sort of help places like Union who weren't able to open all through COVID. And instead of us just like, we're across the street and we're just going to do the street festival and bring all these bands in like when things are good. So we felt kind of shitty. So we're like, let's bring it over to Union and give them a little hand and getting out. Well, and then we backed the fuck out and canceled it.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Goddamn COVID.
Yeah, man. No, it's fun, but what are you gonna do? And then, I don't know. Like, what have you been doing? Obviously, work's been keeping you busy, but like besides work, like, what do you do? What do you do in your free time? Man.
Well, I mow the lawn. No, it's I've been doing a ton of art. Like like since we last spoke, I think I quit because like I was working as a creative director for an agency doing a bunch of stuff, and that was like, and then I was doing Sea Change on the side because we were just kind of starting up. And then last year, right before COVID, like I didn't know this, I think it was like right after we had when I did the podcast with you at Sea Change. I don't even know if we talked about it then.
I remember you bringing it up saying that you decided to do it full time there.
Yeah, I quit my job, and I think I was still working there until March.
Yeah,
right before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Like, what did I? It's kind of good timing. But the cool thing is like I was so used to working like a full-time job and then doing Sea Change on this, kind of keep Sea Change going, and then I was doing a ton of art too, just to kind of keep creative and excited about things. So I was like maxed out when it came. I like had no time for anything. I was just doing things like that, which to me it was fun. But
as long as you're having a good time.
Yeah, I was getting burnt out for sure. So then like moving over and doing Sea Change full time just kind of like opened up all this time. Like Sea Change is a lot of work though still, but it's like I didn't have to think about all these other clients that I was working with when I was at the agency. So it's like it's either I'm working on Sea Change or I'm doing my own thing. And I did a ton of murals around. Yeah, it was cool. And I started doing outdoor murals. Like I've never handled spray paint and done that kind of stuff. So like I learned how to do all that kind of stuff last summer. So now it's like, now that weather's getting nice, like I'm going to be doing a ton more outdoor murals, and I'm trying to work on going to Texas whenever they open up. There's a wicked cool mural festival in Texas.
Oh, cool.
That I've been wanting to do. Last year they only took people within the state, obviously because of COVID, no traveling. But this year I'm hoping to get down there and just do more of that kind of stuff. Like to me, it's super rewarding to do something, with my hands and do some painting and get off the computer for a day. So
yeah, for sure.
So I'm just gonna really focus on doing more art and doing new stuff and learning how to be a better artist and do cooler jobs. And yeah, it's hard to complain, man. Like I'm feeling good this year. So
that's good, man.
That's it. And then like I bought a Nintendo Switch.
Nice.
I'm like a couple of years behind, but I'm starting to like get back to doing things like I want to do. Before I used to waste my time. And then like it'd be great if I want to play some music again, like itching to play music, but
yeah, man,
what to do right now. So
no, I hear you. Now you know what we'll have to do, just because I'm always wanting to do it with like other friends, musicians or whatever, just to see like what happens. But like we should do a jam and see what kind of like song we could write together.
Okay,
that'd be fun.
You want to know? So I had this idea. I'm telling everyone because I'm hoping it makes me like actually do it. But I had this idea, since like everyone doesn't want to be in a band but also wants to play music. It's like I was like, maybe we can do something simple, because I don't know if you remember this, but a couple of us did bands as bands, like at the Starlight Room for Halloween.
Oh yes.
One year we did Rancid, and it was like me and Damon from Weekend Kids, and then like a couple guys from Fire Next Time, and we just did Rancid.
Okay.
And I was like, man, this is so much fun. Like music's already written.
There you go.
Yeah. We know all the songs, and we get to play like Starlight Room to a sold out crowd. And like, we don't have to work that hard to get there.
True enough. Yeah. Just like, if you don't know the song, learn the song.
Yeah, exactly. And then like everyone else knows it. Like everyone watching knows every word to every song. You play the hits.
It's true.
I was like, man, that was fun. And then we did Against Me the year after. Same crew, like some Weekend Kids, some Fire Next Time guys. We did Against Me, and that was like a ton of fun too, because the songs are there, they're awesome, and we just have fun playing them.
Nice.
But man, it'd be sweet is like I want to do a band where it's like it's only the good parts of songs. So like a good riff,
okay,
and like a good chorus, and like I don't know, like a good outro, a super repetitive music, hardly any lyrics, just the parts that people want to sing along to. That's
okay.
Oh. And like not worry about lyrics too much. And then I want to make it so that it's like simple music that everyone can learn how to play. So you can technically have like 3 guitar players on stage, and it's very simple and everyone can do it. And then you have a core group of guys who will play, but like the singers, I was thinking of just having a choir of people. Like,
that'd be cool.
Just whoever wants to come in on stage. So it's like gang vocals the whole time. you know all the song. Like when you go to like a show and like the song comes on and there's that one part that is just like bang. Yeah. That's like the thing that everyone's waiting for. That's it. That's the only you only play the good parts.
Okay.
I want to make a record, a set basically, and like maybe record it. I don't know if it's too much work, but say if you made a set and you only play the song in the album or the set front to back, and that's it. You don't fuck around. You don't pick what songs to put first. You play the exact set every single time.
Yeah.
So that like anybody, like say I put the record out there, right? And it's like super easy to sing to. The instruments are super easy to play. They're always like the big hits, the everything. And then like you learn it on your own. Everyone learns on their own. So like every time a show comes, it's like who's in.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we're making cover band music for our own.
Nice.
And then because it's exactly the same, I'm hoping that everyone knows the set and there's no surprises and they know what to expect, and it's just party music, all the good parts.
Nice. That's a pretty sweet idea. I'd be down.
Easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you're not trying to be original. You're not trying to get a record deal. You're not trying to make a name. You're just playing the stuff people want to hear. And then that's like my closest level to not being like a shitty cover band. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna go and play like a bunch of random cover band stuff at like a club all night.
Yeah, man.
Who does that?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, man.
Original, but not original.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That was fun. That's funny, man. Like, I can't, like, did you guys ever do a lot of covers? I remember doing like the odd cover here and there, but I always remember just doing our original stuff.
We never did covers in our sets.
Yeah.
We used to do it like for practice, for fun,
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago, but I don't think we've ever really done covers. Not seriously. Yeah, we've stayed away from it. I think, I don't know why. It's not like we thought it was dumb or anything. We just didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what just popped into my head? I remember we played a show. It was, do you remember what that little hall was called by Northgate?
Northgate.
It's like right behind a little off behind where the LRT is there.
Oh man, I don't even know.
It was like this little hall because it was, I remember you put us on the bill. It was supposed to be, this is what you did. It was supposed to be an acoustic like show.
Yeah.
And I remember we got there. It was like, okay, it's gonna be acoustic. And you guys had the full band shit there, and you're like, oh no, we're just gonna do like full band. We're like, what the fuck? And we're like, oh god. And then I remember rushing back to my place to grab all our shit.
Right, damn it. That's why I'm not a promoter.
It's like, oh my god, we gotta hurry. But yeah, I remember that one. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
That was a small hall too. I can't remember what the name of that was. I want to say like, no, it wasn't that one. Yeah, damn it, I can't remember the name of that one.
I can't even remember anything there. It's been so long. It feels like.
Yeah, it was a super small hall.
Well, I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry. I'll find the flyer.
Yeah. You're gonna write about that? That's one of your new songs you're gonna talk about.
Yeah, that's what's gonna
let the feelings out.
Yeah, fuck man. Yeah, no, because yeah, fuck, like what have you been listening to lately? Like do you just go off Spotify and stuff like that?
Yeah, I feel bad, but that's the way it goes. Like,
okay, so here, just no judgment. But if you open up your Spotify and go to your on repeat.
I don't do Spotify, but I use Apple Music.
Okay. Do they have like the same thing where it's like on repeat?
You know what? I don't know.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Because yeah, Spotify's got like one that's like on repeat, so it shows you the songs that you like listen to the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's interesting to see what each person listens to the
most. Let's see.
Could be surprising.
Let's see. Sort. Actually, I don't know. I do know what I've been listening to a lot of though.
What is it?
I don't know where the option is for it. Yeah, I listen to all sorts of stuff, and like I've been listening to like old stuff, a lot of old stuff, but some of the cool stuff, like newish stuff that I've been stoked about. Like I've been listening to a lot of Pup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I like their first record I love a lot. So I've been listening to a lot of that stuff. And you know what? It always shifts. Like in summertime, I'll listen to more like upbeat stuff. That's a little bit more exciting. And then wintertime, it just starts getting dark. I remember
totally change with the season. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not even that dark. But like I've been listening what was it during this winter, like the COVID winter? I've been listening to a lot of like Modern Baseball. Do you listen to Modern Baseball?
No, I don't.
Well, you got to listen to them, man. It's
okay, I'll check them out.
It's like it's so weird because it's all like college boy music. It's like
okay,
Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah,
but like scrubby basement kids playing Dashboard Confessional now. So that it's like super emo, like
okay,
going to parties, girls, things, college music, right? Like college. Okay. But they're so damn good, man. And they're like acousticy, little bit acoustic. Like there's always an acoustic guitar, but they'll play heavier stuff too.
Yeah, I think Dylan. That name sounds familiar. I'm sure Dylan told me about that.
Yeah, this is like old school emo that like disappeared, and now it's come back in like a younger band doing it better than it ever was.
Well, then I know I'll love it already.
You gotta listen to them. It's so good. There's like this
good old emo.
This is the album. This is the banging album. You're Gonna Miss It All. I don't know if I could throw that up there.
You're Gonna miss it all. Okay.
This record is
2014.
killer.
No.
You gotta listen. Modern Baseball is like, yeah, and it's like depressing music, man. And like I've been married for how many years and like with my wife for how many years? So it's been like a long time. Like I haven't cared about those types of feelings or whatever that they write about. It's just like this, even though they wrote it now, it brings me back to like, oh, college, high school. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's like a good, like, it's a good throwback.
Yeah, it takes you back. That's always good when something like that does that to you. You're like, oh
Yeah, because then I went back and actually listened to Dashboard Confession. I'm like, man, these are hits and I love these songs, but man, it sounds outdated to me. Like,
oh,
yeah.
100%. Like, what was that one song off the Spider-Man soundtrack?
Oh yeah, that was when he got to that level. I was over it.
Yeah. I remember going to see him live at Rexall. Fuck, that was crazy.
Isn't that recent? Like,
it was. I can't remember what year that was.
he was here not too long ago.
Yeah,
as in like 5 years, not like.
I think I seen him when he was like, yeah, like kind of right at the top, just before kind of he started going down again there.
This must have been a different one because he played here not that long ago. I didn't go to it. I kind of wish. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't listen to his newer stuff.
Oh no, yeah, he was here not that long ago because I remember Randor at not Turkey anymore, but Velveteen. I remember him telling me about that, and like he fuck that bastard because he bought like I guess he had like this other ticket and someone else was going to go with him, and then something happened, they couldn't go, and then he was like, oh, I don't know who the hell's going to go, and his wife's like, oh, why don't you ask Brandon, doesn't he like that same type of stuff? And he didn't ask me. He's like, I regret it, man. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
And you've been sitting around waiting for some invites to some.
Oh my god, yeah, it's never fucking comes my way. This is bullshit. I always get like told afterwards. I'm like, oh my god.
I should have told you.
Yeah. It's like, I thought about you later. It's like, damn it.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude. I haven't done that yet, but I'm sorry.
It is what it is. No, yeah, man. Like, I don't know. The one thing I've kind of been bouncing around a lot with genres. Like, obviously, it's nice to see like pop punk's kind of making a comeback in a different way, but
I fell off like the heavy pop punk stuff. Like, not heavy, but like it got too poppy for me that I stopped listening to a lot of pop punk stuff. Like, though, like,
I found artists got weird, man. Like Paramore, I don't know. They changed and it got all weird. Yeah. And then like All Time Low, what they were releasing to was like not that good. Everything was kind of just falling off.
When it got bad is when I was listening to those like pop or Punk Goes Pop.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And then it was funny at one point, right? Where it was like cool, where they're doing like punk version songs. And then now it's just like it sounds like the same song.
Yeah.
It's like the punk version sounds like the exact same song.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's all pop music and it's a little bit too soft. Not that it matters to me. Like, I'm not like, fuck, it's not masculine enough for me. I don't give a shit. No, it's not that, but it's just like not chill. So I listen to this, like, I think pop is always a good, why I like it so much is like a great sort of medium. It's still pretty aggressive music, but super melodic guitars and very like heavy, like really good melodies for the singing.
Yeah.
But they're hitting wicked riffs and they're doing cool things that I've never heard like in music, like cool timings, all this cool stuff, and it's just like the perfect balance of it that makes me stoked. And then I've been listening to a ton of the Bronx.
Oh yeah,
the Bronx, but like when summertime hits, like that's
the one.
That's like getting close to like cock rock kind of stuff.
Yeah.
City rock and roll, but it's to me that gets me amped up in the summertime. I feel bad. I feel like a douchebag sometimes because some of their music gets a little bit too like cock rock, and I'm just like, I'll blast it in the car.
Just blasting it, yeah.
I'm like, fuck. I'm that guy.
You're that guy. I'm that guy too, man. Like I crank my music in the vehicle, and it's just like, and it's funny because I don't think about it. Like I'll sing along to the songs and stuff, and then it's like when you're like, say like you're going for a walk, and someone drives by with the shit cranked, you're like, oh shit, that's me. Okay.
And it's like summertime, so you want to roll your windows down.
Yeah.
And you're like cranking music, and it's just like way too loud, way too aggressive.
Yeah, 100%, man. I've seen like kids with like just biking around. They'll like clip on like a Bluetooth speaker. And like it's just so clear. You're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm like, fuck. Yeah, and it's always like, I don't know, the kids around here, it's always like the like DMX, like old school rap, right? And it's just
Hey,
like,
I'm okay with that. I love that old stuff.
oh yeah, no, it's good. It's just like, all right, like I'm sure there's people like walking by going, what the fuck, man? Like
Yeah.
these lyrics aren't cool.
Yeah. You're rolling up in your car blasting your music while this guy's listening to DMX on his bike.
Yeah,
You're gonna just stare him down.
and that's kind of the nice like kind of difference with like me and Christy, like me with like punk rock, pop punk, all that stuff, and like her, she's very R&B, rap. So it's like I've kind of I was never really big into that, but I definitely have gotten more appreciation for it, just like with her.
Yeah, good music is good music. Like I listen to a lot of
Yeah,
that, but yeah, Karen listens to a lot of pop punk, like, and her stuff is like pop punk, like
oh, okay.
it's like Teenage Bottle Rocket and like Chicks Dig It, like this kind of like snotty pop punk stuff, which
Oh, okay.
and that stuff is cool too, but a little bit of everything. And then yeah, I don't know. I listen to a little bit of everything. I'm trying to see what the most latest editions are.
Yeah, the one that's because what is it? Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like after we got married, we did this like random kind of out of the blue trip to Seattle. Because like Christy, she's very much like, oh yeah, like no one I like ever comes to Edmonton, right? And it's just like if they do, they're like huge and it's like ridiculous. But like because it was John Legend playing at like this winery in Seattle. And like we were just like drinking and stuff. We see it, and like, oh, dude, I wish we could go. And I was just like, let's just fucking do it. Buy the tickets. We drove down there.
Nice.
And it was sweet, man. Like we've gone because yeah, that was really cool. It was like outside winery, just like blanket or chairs if you want. It's just like John Legend spilling his heart out. It's really dope, man.
Good.
Yeah, and we've seen him twice in the same place. And now and then she texted me today with a photo of his tour, and he's going back there later this year. And
Yeah,
I'm like, well,
you guys are going.
Maybe we'll have to go again.
It's like imagine you cruising down the road now, just like John Legend,
cranking John Legend,
yelling at the kids for too much DMX.
Yeah, that's right. Damn kids, man.
This is real music right here.
Yeah, you're getting old when God.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy, man? Like we've been playing like so long. It's like I don't feel that old, but then there's like moments, where it's like you're like, okay.
Yeah. I'm out there with like Bluetooth headphones, listening to the Bronx and like weeding my garden.
There you go.
Weeding my lawn.
Yeah.
Like,
just fucking. Yeah.
We're in like this weird thing where like you're still awesome, but
yeah,
I'm out there in shorts and like Birkenstocks.
Nice. Yeah, I know, it's so funny. I'm like that. Yeah, I'm that dad who goes to Home Depot now. It's just like, oh, look at this cool thing, right?
Yeah, you're like a real dad.
Man. Yeah. Oh god, it's funny. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, man. How big's your yard?
We got a massive yard because we live in like an old sort of mature neighborhood. And so our house is like 900 square feet. It's a tiny little house, but the lot is like a double lot.
Oh, dang.
So it's like literally like 15 meters. I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but it's like 15. Like it's like just the walk from the street to my house is like feels like a football field. It's one of those old school kind of things, right? Like you don't see that. Like you're pretty close. Newer houses, you're pretty close to the sidewalk, but
oh yeah,
there's a ton of yard before my house, and then the backyard is like a whole nother field, and we've got a massive garden back there and a double garage, and it's just like way too much outdoor space. It feels nice when things are good, but like it's like you got to mow the lawn. Dandelions are crazy right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like me too. Like here in Sherwood Park, we live in an older area, but it's like a pie lot.
So okay, yeah,
yards are fucking huge, man. And like that was a selling point for us too, right?
Yeah, you want that space.
Yeah, especially for Chrissy. And then like, I'm the one who's like mowing the lawn and everything. And some days I'm just like, fucking this is gonna take forever. And of course, like with the kid, he's got like so much stuff out there. So when I mow the lawn, I gotta move it.
Yeah, you're cleaning up.
Move it back. Oh my god, it's annoying.
Yeah, it's sure, man. And you don't want to be that one guy in that neighborhood, that has a crap lawn. So
oh no, you don't want to be that guy.
Working hard.
Yeah. I feel like if I let the grass grow a little bit too long, I'm like, damn it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna bitch at me about this.
Or they're gonna just like not and look at you funny for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't want that.
No, god damn it, no.
Yeah.
So here's a question, because I
Yeah.
asked this to everybody. Like, who would you put on your Mount Rushmore of artists slash bands?
Oh man.
No genre specific, just in general.
For bands or individuals? Bands?
Oh, it could be anything. It could be a mixture, man.
Oh man, it's changed so much over the years, but let's pinpoint. Oh man, okay, that's a hard question. You should have told me this before, so I thought.
You can think about it.
You know what? I'll have to say Green Day is a huge one, and I'll be specific. Old Green Day,
Old Green Day,
like Dookie, Kerplunk, like the old school stuff. And you know what? That's funny because so when I was in like it was like 96 or 90, 94, 95 or something, like mid 90s when Dookie came out. And I was like super into it. I was skateboarding with somebody. Like I had neighbors who were skateboarders, so I got into skateboarding. I had like the 90s haircut, like the middle part with like the undercut. Like
okay.
Now I don't have that anymore, but that was like me, and we were like skateboarding all the time. And they got me listening to Green Day, and I was like so stoked. And I got my dad to buy me like the Green Day Dookie cassette tape.
Oh,
and I borrowed like Kerplunk from my skate buddy. I was listening to it all the time, and it got me playing guitar. Like that's why I wanted to play guitar. Like my dad played guitar, but he was playing like old school, like Santana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like Zeppelin and Hendrix and that kind of stuff, like just guitar,
yeah,
soloing stuff. And then I was like asking my dad, how do you play punk rock, basically? And my dad's just like, those are like power chords, like they're weird.
yeah.
Right? But anyway, he taught me how to do some chords, and like I basically was playing those records. So like Green Day's the top because that's got me into playing guitar, got me into punk rock, and just got me stoked about getting a band together.
Yeah.
Billy Joel, all three of them all together, one head.
All three of them together, one head.
And you know what's funny? It's like I remember Green Day was playing in Edmonton sometime in the mid 90s.
Oh yeah.
I was like what? I was like 9-10 years old. And I was trying to convince my parents to let me go to a Green Day show by myself.
Oh.
So upset when they're like, no, like that makes no sense. Jesus. I got so upset. And I'm like, total sense now. Like that doesn't make sense. So I wanted to go, and my parents were super wicked. They went and found me like a Green Day t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Like a merch shirt. I don't even know where they got it, but they bought me a merch, and it was like a large, because you back then you never got like decent merch. No. It was like a record store or something. It was like a large size. So it was like a Green Day. And I wore it all the time, and it's huge on me. It's like the best shirt, and I wore it till there was like holes in it, and I don't even know what happened. I think my mom eventually threw it out, but this like last year, I was like, man, fuck, I love that shirt, and I tried to find it. I was on Amazon, eBay, everywhere trying to find like a reprint or whatever of like an old school like Dookie t-shirt.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it. Like they haven't printed them again. And the places that do are like, they're either like knockoffs or weird, and they take like months to ship. But there was like an anniversary for Insomniac, that album.
Yeah.
And they brought back a bunch of old merch. So I got my hands on like an official, like I think it was Warner record label. They brought back like the old school Dookie shirt.
Oh.
So I went and bought it. Cost me a lot of money.
Yo, I bet.
To get it, because they were charging like $50 a shirt plus like whatever shipping.
Yeah.
Like an exuberant amount. But now I got my Green Day shirt back, so I'm stoked.
Nice. That's awesome.
Green Day, long story, but Green Day is one head for sure.
All right.
Just because of that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in a band. And like that's the one that convinced me to tell my like. I remember I was working like when I grew up, I was working like at Subway, like that was like my first artist job. I was a sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist. Yeah.
And that started my art career. But I was a sandwich artist, and I saved up all the terrible money I made there at Subway. I was like 16 or something. Saved all that money and bought a drum kit, and then literally told I was like, I want to make a band, so I'm going to buy all the instruments.
Jesus.
That's how the Weekend Kids is all my brother and my cousin.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, you're gonna play this now, and everyone's like, okay. Yeah. And it was like it's all because of Green Day. So
nice, man.
How do I follow up? That should have been the last one I said.
There's always like the one band that is like the inspiration, right?
Yeah. Another good band, I guess. I don't know if they're worthy, but I like them a lot. But the Menzingers would be a band.
Oh, okay. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that.
Yeah, and they're like a band that I got into a lot later in my life. But like like I was saying, I was at Reds and I was there to go see Gaslight.
Yeah.
I went to go see Gaslight Anthem, which is a band that I want to put on that list, but I'm not gonna put it because they
Okay.
ended up being like a Bruce Springsteen cover band, and I just didn't like any of their new stuff, so I hate them.
Okay.
But back then, I was still stoked on them. Old records are still sweet. But I went to go see that show, and that was the first time I ever heard the Menzingers play, and they were opening for Gaslight on that tour.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, like, my wife was also, I didn't know her at that time, but she was also at that show.
Oh.
And in the living room, we have that poster from that show.
Oh, cool.
Even though we had no idea, she had that poster forever.
Nice. That's awesome.
Small world. But yeah, I went and seen the Menzingers, and I was like, holy shit, this is like, I've never heard it. They had such a weird mix of genres.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of had this like folk aspect to it, but
yeah,
it was like the storytelling and the type of music they made was so sort of folk based. I got stoked, and then the one album came out, and like what was the album on remember this, I don't know why I don't remember it. On the Impossible Past. That's
okay.
And have you listened to that album?
I think I've listened to a bit of it, not the whole thing.
On the Impossible Past, there's like the first two songs was like sort of like this introduction, like short little introduction song called Good Things, and then like Burn After Writing was a song, and they did that thing where it's like the same, it bleeds into each other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, but it shifts, and like, yeah, anyway, that song, when I heard that song, it was like super inspiring to write music after that. Yeah. And like I don't get that a lot from other bands, but that's a big one that was like, holy shit, like this is exactly what music is supposed to feel and sound like for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Huge. Love those guys. And then we got to see them. Yeah, my wife and I went to see them in Montreal. Like the first year we were dating, we went fly to Montreal to go to Pooza Fest, and we went and saw a bunch of wicked good bands there. And we went and watched, it was Flatliners, Menzingers, who else was on that bill? Was it Gaslight was on that bill too? Anyway, it was like a bunch of really great bands in like a club that was like 300 people.
Oh, nice.
And then we saw the Menzingers just packing up gear like in the back.
Oh, nice.
8 of them, and then they're like, we're playing a secret acoustic show down the street at a pizza joint. So then we walked with them to a pizza place.
Nice.
Playing songs by request. Like that was like
awesome.
The coolest show ever, and super cool dudes. And then I got my third now because it ties in the same story. There was this band called, at that time I was working at View Weekly. I was an art director at View Weekly, which
I remember when you worked there.
Anyone doesn't know, it's like a alt weekly magazine newspaper that did a lot of music stuff. I was working there, and like back then, the CD days, people would send in CDs all the time for like reviews or whatever. So there was always a stack of CDs, and like it was like a free for all. It's like you can have them if they're reviewed, like where they're gonna get thrown in the trash, or you can take some home.
Okay.
So I would like look through these stacks of CDs and just like, if it's cool, like album artwork, I'm like, I'm taking it. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
And like I picked up an album from the Blacklist Royals. I don't know if you ever heard of Blacklist Royals.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, they're so wicked, and it's like I never knew who they were. Album artwork was super cool. And then I was just listening to it like all the time, just super stoked on this record. At the time, no one really knew them. Really, I don't think they weren't like a huge band. And then when I met my wife, we were talking about the same thing, and she was like, yeah, Blacklist Royals are pretty sweet. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Awesome. And then it was the same time we went to Pooza Fest. Blacklist Royals were one of like the lower, they were like the band, the tiny font band.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The tiny font
ones. They're like the small guys. I'm like, this is wicked. And they were playing the festival, and they were also in the same show as the Menzingers in that same little club. They were like earlier on. And they were playing another secret, like an offshoot show in like a suburb called Blainville in Montreal.
Okay.
I think it's north of Montreal. And when we were on tour, we played in Blainville before when we were touring. So we're like, so Karen and I was like, okay, cool. Let's hop a bus and go to Blainville and watch this show. So we got to see like Blacklist Royals in a room, no one who knew who they were. There's maybe like 10 people watching.
Wow.
We were there, and we both loved the band, so we it was awesome. Then we got to hang out with them a bit, and then we saw them again later. But yeah, they were just a wicked good band that we saw. And like the guy, there's like twins. There's like the drummer and the lead singer. They were twins.
Okay.
And the drummer was like diagnosed with cancer. Went through some, and this was like while they were in the band for a long time.
Oh wow.
He wrote a wicked good book that was called Die Young With Me. And it's like a really good memoir about like when they were young, trying to get into like Warped Tour and like building up their career and stuff. And it was just like kind of listening to that story was super dope, and like that whole music connection, great music. So they'll be my third.
Nice.
Super inspirational band as well.
Nice, man. I like your stories for each one.
Yeah, they got to be real. And you know,
see, you're giving me something extra. Everyone else kind of just, they gave a little bit, but not as much as you. It's interesting.
This is going to be a long podcast. You can cut it down if you want. Okay, and I'm just going to make it quick. Flatliners is a good one too. Like I love the Flatliners. Quick stories: when we were Perfect Blue still,
yeah,
Flatliners was touring across Canada. No one knew them. They were still playing ska music, like
okay,
hard ska,
yeah,
punk rock ska, and we were playing with them at the old Sidetrack Cafe, like the original one on 104th Street. And like it was the coolest thing because our band name was on the marquee on the Sidetrack, which wasn't a punk rock venue, but it was us and Flatliners. And like no one was there, and we were all too young. We had to get our parents' signatures to play there. As a bar that was still smoking in bars at that time. We were underage, so we couldn't hang out in the bar. We had to like hang out around the stage or in the back, and that was it.
Yeah, so I remember playing a show at that place too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
especially with smoking around, it's nuts. But we met the Flatliners, and they were just like a bunch of kids too. They were like young guys like us, and they were killing it. They were awesome. We loved them.
Awesome. Yeah.
One guy at the show was Matt Murphy, who's like the bass player with Audio Rocketry.
Oh, okay.
That's how we first met him. And I think they stayed at Matt Murphy's place after like Flatliners. But we had like some of their first merch we had, and every time they played Edmonton, we'd go see the show. I'd go see them, and like Chris Crest, like the whole band, they remembered us every single time.
Yeah,
and they were
that's awesome.
They're like, it's not like we went and like we don't call each other all the time and stuff like that. It's not like
yeah.
But like every time we see them, it's always a good time, and we're always connected somehow. We played a ton of shows with them when they come to Edmonton. When we were on tour, out in Toronto, we met up with them and hung out a little bit and stuff like that. Like they're just like super rad dudes, and it's really interesting to like have a distance friendship with them for like 11, 12, 13 years, just kind of always bumping into each other. And then I got to do a mural up in the Buckingham that had some lyrics from the Flatliners on it.
Oh, nice.
I think it was like "Turn to Your Friends for Inspiration," which was something from one of their songs. And I did that, and they were playing a show there that night, so we had a good time there too.
That's sweet.
And then Chris Cresswell had a solo record. It's just like acoustic music, and one of his songs was like my wife's walk-in song for down the aisle. So
sweet, man.
Yeah, full circle, right? It's all fun stuff. So yeah, I'd say Flatliners.
Nice, man. Yeah. You got great fucking stories to these.
Yeah, thanks, man. Pulled that out of my ass. If I had
those
more
are good. God, yeah, those are good, man. Those are awesome ones. And then it's so funny that you say like you picked the one album just because the album art looked cool. Yeah. I remember in high school, like with HMV, I remember Dylan, he would always go to HMV whenever he could, and he'd do like the 2 for 20, 3 for 30 or whatever, but he would just look at the album art, and if it looked cool, he'd fucking gamble on it. Yeah. And like I just remember because of him finding out of so many bands because of that. Kids don't know that feeling. They don't know that feeling. They don't, man. They don't know the struggle. Yeah. One of my good buds, I used to go to Music World. Yeah. I was like I think I used to see him all the time. I went to college with this guy, awesome artist. Yeah, and I'd go there, and that's it. Yeah, you go to the punk rock section. It was like rock/punk. Like I feel like it's like a slash, and you just see what's cool. Yeah. That's it, man. Gone those days. One. What? Do you remember Coheed and Cambria? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. That was one of those like gambles I did once. Oh, nice. Time ago. It was like
the one of their first big records, and I picked it up and I was like, holy shit, what the hell is this? And then getting stoked on the storyline, which I never finished. It was just like, I've never seen a band like that do some weird rock opera like that on a record.
Yeah, and their album art was always pretty cool.
Yeah, and they had the comic book too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember actually seeing a picture of him, because like with his high pitched voice, when I remember seeing the picture, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Comes out of that guy. Oh my god.
That guy was messed up though. I think a Warped Tour once he got so wasted he was drinking on stage and couldn't.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, man. Everyone's got their moments.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember playing a show in Calgary, and it was like there wasn't a lot of people there, and I think it was at the Underground, and because everyone else, I was the only one who was not drinking. Everyone else got shit faced, and we played, and it went terribly. I remember Dylan always missing the cymbals, and then like our keyboardist kept fucking making Calgary jokes. I was like, this is not good.
This is not good. Yeah, that sucks. We did a show like that once. We were playing DV8 in Edmonton.
Oh, yeah.
We were doing an interview with this is weird. I'm not going to get into this too much, but it's a weird story. It was like what was it? We were being interviewed by Noisy. What was the Vice? It's like a division of Vice. It was like the music side. I think it is called Noisy.
Yeah, okay.
They were interviewing us for something. So I had this interview right before the show, did the interview, and then I don't know, I'm gonna incriminate the rest of the band, but we had a lot of drinks, and then we had like weed brownies, like in like a lollipop.
Oh boy.
And like I don't know what we were thinking, but we were headlining that show. Like I don't think I had any, but we were like, the thought was that if we had it now, then it'd kick in after the show. And it kicked in at some point where like everyone was playing so fucking fast, like way too fast, like speeding up. And I remember just being like yelling at people to slow, like Damon. I was like, you gotta slow down, like slow down. I was yelling at him. He's just like, I can't. But you know, I thought the show went awesome.
Yeah.
It was insanely fast.
The fastest set you've ever played. Jesus.
And it was like a full house. I remember it was like the funnest show, like weirdly enough. I was like on someone's shoulders. I know I fell off someone's shoulders.
Oh wow.
I like banged my head on the stage. It was a chaotic show.
Jeez.
And then this is a stupid story, but at that same night we drank a lot, and they had like a breathalyzer, like with stupid, like put a tune in, you get like a breathalyzer.
Oh, okay.
For some reason I thought it'd be funny, so I bought one, and I blew into it, and it said I was fine to drive.
Oh fuck.
I didn't drive because I was like, there's no way.
There's no way that's right. Yeah.
This thing does not work, which I should have known.
I guess $2, yeah.
Which is dangerous when I think about it now. I'm like,
yeah, I wonder how many.
I was just gonna tell people it's okay to drive. Like,
I wonder how many people were like, "Oh fuck, I guess I'm fine."
I thought I couldn't walk straight, but
yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah, god damn it. Well, yeah, man. We the way I always end this off too is just like, I don't know, you told me a lot of stories, but I'd love to hear more anyway. But it's basically just like ending it off with like it can be like a story off tour or anything, but anything that's like a funny or embarrassing story. It doesn't have to necessarily be embarrassing about you. It could be one of your other bandmates.
I feel like I just told the embarrassing story.
Unless you got some more.
I'll tell you a good story. I'll tell you a fun story. We used to do this thing on tour, not just on tour, but just in general, when like it developed from our tour. So we went across Canada with the Old Wives.
Yeah.
Which was so much fun. And we were out in where the hell were we? We were in like Kitchener, Ontario or something like that. And we just had a wicked show the night before at the Bovine Sex Club in Toronto. Wicked good show. And then we went to play this other show after in Kitchener, and it was like nobody was there. I think it was like a Sunday. That's why it was like a shitty time. It was a Sunday, and like there was another touring band. I forget what they're called, but literally they were like, "No one's here. We're just gonna go," and they decided not to play. So the only two bands were two of us, and this was a band from Ontario, and they're like, "Fuck this. We're not even gonna play." So it was like Old Wives and us, and like a couple weird locals that were just drinking at the bar. And it was like, just the two of us, and we're like, no one's here to watch, but like we're here, so let's play. And like because there was like no stakes involved, we set up one drum kit, we set up all of our amps, and we just played 2 songs each, back and forth, and we just played for each other. And then like we'd play 2 songs, we'd get off stage, drink, take a shot, have a couple drinks while Old Wives came on, played, and it was like seamless. Like
That's hilarious.
We shared a lot of amps, so it was just like unplugging guitars, plugging in kind of thing, and we played the same kit. So it was just like we were just doing like this round after round, and we just played until we ran out of songs to play. But we just kept drinking and the whole time. So it was like weirdly one of the funnest shows we've played.
Yeah,
and we were just playing for each other, and like there's at one point everyone was taking off their shirt and pants, like we were in our underwear playing. No, and there was like a weird like crack. There's like a crack addict lady that was just fucking amped the whole time, and she was super nice. I feel bad. I shouldn't call her a crack addict. Maybe she was just like weird or drunk, one of those things. But then she was like the only one watching us, and she was having a blast. We were having a great time, and it was like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, this is sucks that no one's here, but like we're here and we're gonna play songs with our friends and we're gonna have a good time. And it was just like the purest form of like performing and playing music. And then we did that again, like our tour was a success, but we also did that again when no one came out to a show in like Kenora. It was like a weird little town, and the coolest guy took us in, like let us stay at his place, cooked us a meal, bought a ton of beers, and then a bunch of like local kids came to this hall show. We set up 3 drum kits, all the band's equipment in a hall show. Nothing was mic'd up other than, so we had 3 bands set up, and then we were just playing. We did the same thing. It was 3 bands, and one of the bands was local, and we just did a couple songs each band all night long. Super fun.
That's wicked, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one way to turn like looks like it's going to be a bummer of a night into like a fun time.
Yeah, exactly. Just have fun with yourself.
Hell yeah, man. Just like, yeah, that sounds like a blast. I would have had a good time too. Just
and
drinking.
Really, those shows were more fun than like our really great show at the Bovine Sex Club. Like that's like a legendary sort of punk rock bar in Toronto, if you've ever been, and a bunch of weird shit on the walls.
Yeah.
And weekend show, and it was packed. Like they didn't come to see us, but we played this awesome show. It was packed and it was great, but it was like playing just with your friends, with the Old Wives on this like stage, going back and forth and having fun and getting drunk and enjoying it was like the most fun shows we did out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how like, yeah, those like smaller shows, or those ones are always like the most memorable, and you always find that you enjoyed them the most.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have like a bunch of big shows that went well, but it's like, do you have like any real good stories from it?
Pressure to do well, and you're trying to be cool and you're trying to do it right, and then it's like, no, it's fun just to fuck around.
Hell yeah, man. 100%.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my story. Good little story,
man. No, that's good. Yeah, you got good stories.
Thanks, buddy.
Perfect, bud. Well, yeah, no, thanks for fucking doing this, man. This was fun. We'll have to hang out and chat sooner.
Well, after Thursday, things could be all right, and we can hang out.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Yeah, if you want to plug whatever you want to plug, you go for it.
All right. Yeah. Come see me at Sea Change. I'm not running tables there. I do a terrible job, but I'll come drink with you. Yeah, and if you see Sea Change, pick it up. I mean, that's what I do now. So
that's what you do, bro. Keep an eye out for more of your murals there.
Yes, that too. Yeah. And follow, you know what? Another one, follow me on Instagram at Pete.Nguyen. That's Nguyen. I post new beers, new art, new murals. Follow me on there.
Yeah, good way to stay updated. Perfect, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one.
You too.
Cheers.